All right. Hey guys. So now I am going to go over the part of our orientation that is our personal policies. Just a few things we wanted to make sure that we mentioned. We It's important that you understand the impact your role is actually having here. And sometimes people will say, well, I just do this. But everybody here on our team has such an important role. So it's important that we all show up to work on time. We're alert. We're ready to work. That's not saying that you're not going to have a bad day, because we understand that. We want to make sure that you are careful and positive in everything that you do during the day when you are interacting with kids, because just a slip of 1 second of a negativity coming out can really just impact the entire day, especially if there's a parent standing behind you that you didn't realize was there. We ask that you're always respectful, thoughtful, considerate of others, not only your coworkers, but also the parents and the kids that are in here every day. We need team players on our side. We want you to always be looking for new ways to improve what we're already doing, our center, a classroom. But with that being said, we always like for you to come to us with any ideas that you might have. But that also means that if you're not coming to us just to complain about something, you're coming with us and saying, hey, I think that this is an issue, and here are some things that I have thought of that might actually fix this issue for us. So you're not coming to complain about something, you're coming to say, hey, I think this might really fix some things and it might really work out for this classroom. We're going to go into confidentiality. So obviously that means if you hear something going on with a student or another coworker, you're not going to go and talk about it with other people. As far as things like accident reports, or if a child gets hurt in a classroom by another student, you'll never use the other student's name. For example, off the top of my head, toddlers is there's sometimes issues with biting in there. So when you're writing an accident report, you have to not put the other child's name in it. We use things like a friend or a fellow classmate, something like that, but you can never put the child's actual name into an accident report, or even if a parent's adamant about you telling them exactly who has bitten their child or hurt their child, you just can't say their name, the child's name. So that with that moving on, we also have a huge impact on these child's lives. We're ultimately with them really more than their parents during the week if they work a full-time job. So that brings me into child abuse and neglect. So this is something that's very serious, obviously. So if you notice something in a classroom, we ask that you come and talk to myself or Christy, and we can kind of make a plan, kind of see what's kind of steps, like what you have seen, why you have come to this conclusion, as well as the next steps we need to take as far as reporting it or making any kind of documentation that would need to be shown if we were to report this. So with that also being said, when you have issues in the classroom, we are all adults, and we ask that you go and speak to someone if you're having a issue with them. That will eliminate for you just getting to your wit's end or going to another coworker or somebody else and you'll never believe what such and so did. This is an opportunity for you to go and talk to them and say, hey, this is really bothering me. Is there something that we can do together to fix this issue, to meet a middle ground and work together on this so that we're both comfortable with the solution? We absolutely do not want any kind of gossip going on here. And that is something that we really stand for. We will not tolerate it. So if we see that there is a root of a problem of a person talking about someone or gossiping, we'll put an end to it very quickly, and that will be with termination. It's just so important that we have open communication with our coworkers. We spend a lot of time together. We really get to know each other. We are ultimately a family here, and we wouldn't want anything to impact that with gossip or assumptions or anything like that. As far as supplies that you need for each lesson or in the classroom, we have a resource room that has so many things in there. If there's something specific that you're looking for, you can come and ask us, and we'll say, oh, actually, we do have that. It's just here, or we can get it ordered for you so that you have it, so that you can be successful with your lessons and in your classroom. When you come to work, parking is in the side of I'm pointing, but it's on the side of the building. We ask that you cannot block the driveway of the house that's behind us or the dumpster, especially on days that our trash gets picked up, because they will just pull in and then leave if someone's blocking it. We also keep personal files, personal binders for every person that is employed here. That helps you keep up to date on any type of information as far as your emergency contacts, your contact information, training hours that you've done, training hours that you need. So if anything in there needs to be updated, we ask that you tell us as soon as possible, such as your address, your phone number, things like that. And there is no reason anytime that you will need to be into another person's file. The only file that you should ever take off of the shelf or look into is your own. And then this moves into substance abuse. So that is, you obviously cannot show up to work under the influence of any drug or alcohol. If you do, and we suspect this, you will obviously be asked to leave and not come back. So this next part, I do have to read it word for word. So here we go. Our non-discrimination statement. Aha Moments does not discriminate on the basis of race, color, age, religion, national origin, sexual orientation, gender identity, sex, marital status, disability, or status as a U.S. veteran. Aha Moments is an equal opportunity employer. Aha Moments prohibits harassment of and by its staff members on the basis of race, color, age, religion, national origin, sexual orientation, gender identity, sex, marital status, disability, and other characteristics. Harassment includes, but is not limited to, making derogatory remarks about any of these characteristics, making jokes or stereotypical comments about ethnic or other groups, and engaging in verbal, physical, and visually offensive behavior. A staff member who feels harassed has the right to file a complaint with the NC Equal Employment Opportunity Commission. So that wraps up our personal policies for our orientation, and I will be back with you guys soon.